Hello and welcome to the first episode in my not very imaginatively titled GoW3 gameplay series. What you're watching today is a King of the Hill gameplay on Mercy, and I'm running with a friend of mine called Tony. His username is Tonyth in game. This is a pretty decent gameplay despite having one or two bots on our team at certain points during the game, and make sure to keep an eye out on how the hill scoring progresses, especially in the first round. There is even a moment where Tony watches on as I get Y buttoned, which I'm sure he thought was absolutely hilarious. So what can you expect to see from this series? Well, clearly I'm slightly late to the party when it comes to GoW3 commentaries. The game has been out for well over a year now. I'm even later to the party when it comes to Gears of War commentaries in general. However, with Judgment coming up soon, I figured I'd get into it now during the back end of Gears 3. Basically, I'll be putting up various gameplay footage from recent matches I've played, and I'll talk about a variety of things over them. Sometimes it will be about the game itself and how that went, and other times it might be about how I improved on the game and some of my previous highlights. It can be anything really. But there will always be some entertaining gameplay for you to watch. There is of course plenty of scope for other kinds of series, such as tips videos, but for now I'll just be starting off simple. On another note, I mostly play King of the Hill, and because of this, matches can get quite long. This video is a perfect example, as it's 16 minutes long for just 2 rounds. Really, I think that the competitive setup for King of the Hill games is better for this game type, but you just can't consistently get KOTH games in the old school playlist, so I'm left to deal with retros and sword-offs in regular KOTH. In case you didn't know, competitive King of the Hill is 1 round up to 210 points, instead of best of 3 rounds up to 150 points. Anyway, to get back to the point, because of the long match times in some videos, I'll show the first round in one video and the second round in another, and I'll talk for most of the way through each. However, in other videos I'll talk for the first 5 minutes or so, and let the rest of the game play out on its own. It obviously depends on what I have to talk about and what kind of gameplay I have to show you, but those are the 2 ways I plan to show you matches at this time. So, since this is a long game, I figured I would cover the first topic I wanted to talk about other than the introduction here, and that topic is my history with the Gears of War series. Way back in 2006, when Gears 1 first came out, I didn't even have an Xbox. I was still having fun on the PS2. However, after playing the first Gears game on a friend's 360, and knowing I was going to have to get a next-gen console sooner rather than later anyway, I bought a 360 and Gears of War 1 became the first game I played on this generation of consoles. Naturally, I fell in love with it. The third-person perspective and cover system just blew my mind, and I spent many hours enjoying the campaign both on my own and cooperatively over Xbox Live, which was also a new experience for me. I'd never really been all that into first-person shooters, and to be honest I'm still not, but Gears wasn't a first-person shooter. It was more refined, more complex, and simply more fun. My friend Tony, the same person who's in this video, also had the game and got very much into the multiplayer side of things. This is something I never really did. I played a few games with him, but lost interest really, and I pretty much stopped playing Gears altogether when Forza Motorsport 2 came out. I'm not sure what it was that made me lose interest in multiplayer, but at the time all I'd ever known was single player games, so maybe I just wasn't used to the whole Xbox Live thing. The same sort of thing happened with Gears 2. I bought it straight away and loved the campaign, completing it once again both solo and cooperatively over Xbox Live. But when it came to multiplayer this time, I didn't even have a chance to lose interest. I was living in university halls at the time and couldn't get Xbox Live, so I had very little chance to play Gears 2 online. I did have a few games with Tony, who had continued to play and improve when it came to multiplayer, but I was very much in my Guitar Hero phase at that point until Forza 3 came out. Gears 2 was merely just something I had to play to keep up with the storyline. And so we come on to Gears 3. Once again I bought it straight away, and once again I completed the campaign solo and then many more times online with more friends. I even had a dabble with multiplayer once again, but it's fair to say I was god awful, and a lot of the time I was using the sword off. I just didn't really care that much, to be honest. I bought Forza 4 a bit late and everything seemed to be going the same as before with regards to Gears of War. However, I then got bored of the same old stuff from Forza 4 pretty quickly, and turned my attention back to Gears, since Mass Effect 3 wasn't going to be out for a long while. I bought the season pass and got into playing some Horde and Beast, and of course Tony would drag me into online versus games even though I sucked even more than I done before, the reason being I'd switched back to the Gnasher so couldn't even get any kills. However, with nothing else to play I just kept on with Gears 3, and as I improved in normal multiplayer I started to enjoy it more and more, and I'll actually be telling you how I improved in a future video. The rest, as they say, is history, and now I can't get enough of Gears of War. It's the game you love to hate, and I'm more excited for Judgment than I have been for any Gears game beforehand. So that's my story about my history with the Gears of War series. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll leave you with the rest of this King of the Hill gameplay on Mercy. My next video in the series will be about my specific Gears playstyle, how I developed it and what exactly I do. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you next time.
I'm gonna eat you for breakfast!
Time to be an ambush sponge.
Revive me!
Not again.
Back here! Oh, great buddy.
Oh yeah.
That's what I like to see out there in the field. Teamwork, unity.
up, bitches?
I hope you're bulletproof. Fine now. Next!
I'm out of ammo! Hell yeah!
I see one! I'm down!
Mine now!
Revive!
Enemy mark! Got one! Enemy mark!
Revive me! Nice. Thought you wanted some of that. Revive me!
Enemy mark! Revive me!
I need help here!
Enemy mark!
I'm down! Damn it!